and welcome back to another episode of Glowing Agelessly. I am Gloria, your host, and I have with me Nancy. She is another content creator that I've known for a very long time. Nancy will tell you a little bit more about herself and I guess a little bit about how she feels about aging. And Nancy?
Well, thank you for having me, Gloria. I'm so excited to be on your show. And I am Nancy of Travel Lady Shops. I am over 50 and I'm double nickels right now, 55, and I'm loving it. Um, I started Instagram 3 years ago at the age of 52. And I'm all about fashion, travel, lifestyle, photography, and just encouraging women and especially women over 50. Um, I don't have a problem with aging. I've been embracing it. I don't feel like I'm 55. So I just believe that, I'm ageless. You can't put a number on this. You wake up in the morning, I still feel like I'm a little bit like 25. So it's just the energy that, I have, and I can't explain it, but I think it's because I'm just so grateful every morning just to wake up. And I don't look at, oh, I'm 55. I'm like, wow, I'm 55.
Yes. I love your introduction because you also pointed on the the name agelessly, and I always like to think of it as being ageless because when we focus on the number, it could be daunting to some people, and to some, it could be exciting. So you're looking forward to every new number. Like, so I'm getting a year older is something to look forward to. While others tend to look at it as like, oh my God, I'm actually going to be like 60. Oh, sorry, fam. I should have turned my phone volume down so now it's pinging. But yeah, a lot of people look at it as a negative, but you're looking at it as a positive, and I like that. So one of the things that I love about Nancy is that she is someone who started recently on the on the influencing platforms, I would say, where creating content is something she started to focus on in her mid 50s, well, not mid 50s, but your early 50s. And you have been doing amazing. She had started doing some lives where she was getting some people like myself and other over 50 content creators, and I think maybe even over 40. But my point is, like, people who are in our age group, she's been doing some beautiful lives with us. And I really like that she has this knack for just bringing people together. And hear a lot of other creators say the same thing about Nancy. She's like have this beautiful spirit, and she's just all about community and just bringing us closer together. And I don't know how you do it, how you find the time. One minute she's in Paris, the next day she's in like Switzerland. I'm just calling names, but she loves to travel, and she also has her travel content page as well. Well, I know it's travel something something as well, but yeah, and I know that's another way in which she gets closer to other content creators by traveling, coming to their hometown. I'm looking for her to come here next to New York, New York, when are we going to see you next?
I'm coming. I'm trying to get there. And that's amazing because you guys are the closest, but yeah, I'll go to Europe instead of coming to New York.
We are like boring to Nancy, clearly. And there's a lot of us here in New York
I'm
that would
coming.
love a meetup, So I'm looking forward to that. I'm already getting hot, so let's keep going. So I want to find out from you, what are some of the pros to you about aging, and what are some of the cons? And if there are any cons at all, what have you done to make things easier for yourself?
Well, I really think the pros is that you get closer to retirement. If you are working a full time job, you're getting closer to retirement age. Um, you get to a point where you've been through life and you've experienced so many different things. So you know how to set boundaries. You understand what brings you peace and what you are willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. Um, you don't care as much at really at all about what people think about your style, your hair, your makeup. You don't care. You should be secure at this age. You should walk with confidence at this age, and then you can help other people at this age because you've been through so much that you
Yeah,
can help bring other people up. That's the pros for me.
I like that. So what about negatives? Do you have any negatives, especially when it comes to like the way our bodies start to change? Hormones change. Physically, we may not be able to do some of the things that we did when we were 20 or when we were 20s or 30s. In fact, but that could be the opposite. Like there are some people who actually weren't very physically active in their 20s and 30s and just made a shift and decided that it was time to really take good care of themselves and do amazing things. So I guess it could work both ways. But are there any physical things that you would say are cons? And outside of that, maybe influencing, are there any cons for you with content creating?
Well, definitely physically, my body has changed, not dramatically. I'm probably about just a few sizes from what I was in high school. I'm pretty much the same. I was never that skinny girl, and I was never overweight. I was always mid-size.
Right.
And we don't talk about mid-sized women too much in fashion. We either talk about the really skinny women or the plus size women, but where's the market for the mid-sized girls that wear, a size 8, 10, 12, that has some body fat, that has some extra body fat and little things like that. So, but I have really been pretty much almost the same size my whole life. So I feel good about that. I was always athletic. I was a cheerleader. I played basketball. Well, not on the team, but any kind of sports. I mean, I was a roller skater. I skated every Sunday. I love to swim, so I was always in the pool. And like I said, I was a cheerleader. So I was very athletic. I was really thick and short and, very muscular for a long time. Just out of nowhere, I noticed that a lot of my muscles have gone. And I didn't realize because I just assumed I was going to have those muscles forever. And all of a sudden one day I looked and my muscles started disappearing. And I'm like, oh my God, where are my muscles? So I'm a little upset about that. So I'm trying to rebuild that back by weightlifting more now, eating more protein. I saw that you had mentioned that the other day. So now it's like I gotta up my protein, work out more, lift weights more, not so much cardio, but more of the weights over 50. So I'm not happy with that, but I'm doing what I need to do to try to reverse a little bit of that, knowing that as you age, things are going to happen. But yes, I've seen some amazing women in their 60s and 70s that never worked out that look amazing. I've had some knee issues that I have a knee problem that prevents me from running, doing a lot of that kind of cardio. So I just have to pivot what I can do with my knees.
Yeah.
And that's just something that I had, since I was a little kid, but now it's just as I got older, it really bothers me. But other than that, I can just about do almost anything.
Yeah. I think the one of the things that most adults who are in their 40s or 50s are excited about is, I guess, not having babies to take care of. Most of the kids are grown or in college or something. And that's one of the things I think people look forward to, not having that responsibility of having to take care of their kids anymore. So you can, like you can take your trips and enjoy life. And the good thing is that you're able to do it. You're
Yes.
not disable. A lot of people, if they don't take care of themselves, we get to that point. The good thing is that you practiced taking care of yourself. You practiced like being physically active throughout most of your younger and maybe young adult life as well. I know for a fact that those are good things. One of the things that I always advocate for people, I say, when you get older, please don't shy away from lifting weights. Lifting weights is what I do mostly. I throw in like a little bit of cardio, like but high intensity, like really high intensity for short times, like short spaces of time. So if I work out and I do weights for 30 minutes, cardio 5 to 10 minutes, barely any cardio. Other than that, walking. So good thing, walking is still a very good form of staying active. So with knee injuries, I know a little bit of walking might be better than trying to run, obviously. Some people's knee injuries may be so bad that they can't really walk as much. But if you can get in a 10, 15 minutes, maybe take short walks a few times a day if you have the time. Those are very good forms of staying active. But the weightlifting and the building of the muscle will help to protect and support those same bones, including the ones on your knees, that start to suffer from a lack of muscle supporting them as we get old. Believe it or not, a lot of the times it's because our muscles aren't supporting those bones that we start to suffer with aches and joint pains and stuff like that. So it's very important to add weights, up your protein. Protein is our friend. It's our best friend now because we don't build the protein like we did earlier. The foods we eat, they're not producing that protein like we used to. So we have to double up on our protein. So I eat a lot of protein. Where I would eat 2 eggs, I eat 3, sometimes even 4 eggs, and I feel no way about it. My cholesterol is good. So I cut out other cholesterol, like, a lot of butter and stuff like that. So I get it from my, if I have a little bit of extra cholesterol in my eggs, it just kind of like balances things out.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I do the same thing. I had 3 eggs today.
yeah. So about content creating now, do you feel like as an over 50 influencer that you face like issues working with brands, getting branded content, or do you feel like it's a benefit to you being over 50?
A little bit of both. The brands that are looking for women over 50 have found me, and or I reach out to them, so that's a good thing. I think now they are starting to see that the 40, 50, 60 content creators, we have a voice, and the money is with us. So it's slowly coming our way, right?
Yeah. Thank
I just posted something in my stories this morning about I think I saw it on another page. I shared it and they talked about over 40, over 50 uh models are now, brands are starting to, make sure that they include models over 50 in their campaigns, which is good. So that's good for us as well. Um, but I do think that I've only been on this platform for 3 years, so I do see the brands reaching out to, the girls that have the kids, that have the husband, that have the big house and the dog, and family of 4, and you can see them, definitely reaching out to them. So if you don't have that, then you miss out on those brands. And then also, like I said, mid-sized women, where are we? Over 50, because of course, over most of the women over 50 are not. Let's just tell the truth. Most women over 50 are not very fit. I mean, they're not what you see. The normal is a woman that has a little, little extra here, a little extra here.
a lot.
Um, you know. So the brands need to do a better job at marketing to women who have some extra belly fat or arm fat, or thicker legs or something like that, not so small and skinny, or plus size, the women in the middle. Because when I go out and I look at women in the store, I see almost everybody in that mid-size category. I see a lot of women in that mid-size category, a lot of them.
And they're getting left out. Like, wow.
Huh?
And they're getting left out.
And they're getting left out. So I am on a push to make sure that I use a lot of hashtags that say mid-size women, mid-size this, mid-size that, to show people that, I may not have a six-pack. I may have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And yes, I'm working out. Yes, I'm trying to eat right, but I'm not going to kill myself trying to get to a size 0. I've never been a 0, never been a size 2, never been a size 4, and never been a size 6. I've probably always been an 8, 10, 12. So that's my size, and I'm going to stick with it. Just try to tone it up and stay healthy. Healthy is the key. I'm not on any medication, and I don't want to be on any medication. So
Thank God. Because
yeah.
I remember seeing all the different pills, like my grandmother or uncles and stuff. Like, they're people now, my aunt, like, I see her, she has like a ton of pills, and they're all like in different containers.
Days. Yeah,
Separated.
containers.
I cannot imagine having to take all of those different pills. I understand taking vitamins and and like
Vitamins.
me, I take different types of vitamins and things that I know are going to help to keep me strong,
Mm-hmm.
maintain what I have. But do I have to take them? Not really.
No.
But those things are so important as well. The
Yeah.
vitamins that we take, so they can help to, give us some longevity, and they can also help us to not necessarily, not that I see a problem with aging, but look beautiful. So I don't want to have to use the word look younger or whatever.
Yeah.
But we can look our age. There's nothing wrong with looking our age, but we can look beautiful at our age. So that is what I will take those. I'm taking those different vitamins and nutrients for, because we need them, some additional as we get older. So it's good that you are seeing some positive, and I'm sorry that you're seeing the negative. I've seen negative too as a content creator. I never even quite thought about the fact that most people my age have a family. Like you said, the dog, the house, and the husband, and or whatever, and all that good stuff that some brands are looking for. Not every brand, but some brands are looking for that if they're catering to the family type concept. So I can see where we could follow in that category, but I still think that the over 40, over 50 content creator, they're being sought after a lot in the beauty arena.
Yeah.
Everyone is looking to.
Yeah.
It's all about having your body and your skin.
Yeah.
Beautiful and glowy and youthful, because that's the word they tend to use.
Yes.
Or to anti-age or whatever. Those are words that I don't like to use. I am going to hurt Jay so bad. I love me. If I have to edit this video so much, but it's okay. It's probably going to be the first, because I never really record when he's here. So unfortunately or fortunately, he's here today.
Wow.
But anyway, back to what I was saying about they're seek after us for our skin or beauty or appearance or whatever. But I never want people to think that there's an issue with aging. I don't have a lot of gray hair. I don't have a ton of wrinkles. And it could also be a negative for me as a content creator, because a lot of brands have asked me to send photos of what I look like without makeup, because they want to see if I have fine lines, if I have wrinkles and stuff like that. I don't really have. I might have a laugh line or something, but I don't have those things. So I've not been picked for a campaign because I couldn't. Wow. I don't have that. That's what they're looking for.
Wow.
You're good. You're damn if you do, damn if you don't. So the fact that they are not looking for someone who looks young, they're looking for people who look their age, a lot of brands. So that's been my concern a lot more recently. And I actually had a webinar. Well, no, it wasn't a webinar. It was a call with a platform, that I work with, that I got a ton of work when I first joined them. At that time, my numbers had just gone over 10,000. So I was getting a lot, like the micro influencer work was coming in. It's still pouring in. So micro influencers are getting a lot of brand deals because brands are willing to pay a lot less so that they can at least get some advertising. And sometimes if they're looking, so basically they're looking at the numbers of sorry, they're looking at your numbers, but they're also looking at the amount of money that they have to pay to get you to advertise for them. So I've also had that issue where when I first started and I was just over 10,000, I was getting a lot of brand deals. Now on that same platform, I am getting less deals because those same customers, those same brands are looking for people with the numbers I have then so that
Right.
they can pay them less. So when you
Yeah.
get to a certain, I feel we are nano, is it nano? I think I'm at nano. I don't know. They have so many different names to the size that you are at. So between the 25 and like 50, that's where I am. That range can have a little bit more difficult, a lot more difficulty getting brand deals because they're neither a mega nor are they a micro or nano. So it's a little bit more tough where I am concerned at this point. But I'm still happy that brands are still reaching out. It's slowed down a bit, but it hasn't stopped.
You're right.
So I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it will continue. So my negatives haven't necessarily been about not getting brand deals. I just haven't. I feel like based upon what's happening now and from what I learned on that call, it has a lot to do with the number I'm at now. The megas and the smaller brand numbers are
Yeah.
getting more deals. But I also told them that they have a cutoff age on a lot of their campaigns where it says have to be between 21 and like 35, something like that, or 20 and 21 and 40. And I explained to them that my audience is actually between the ages, my highest number of when you look at my audience, the highest numbers are between 25 and 35. That's my number. Those are the people that are following me.
See, that's interesting. I looked at mine the other day and mine used to be at that number, but I intentionally made sure and worked on it. And now my followers, my highest number now, I just looked at it, I think yesterday, are 50 to 60s.
Oh my,
I'm in the range the women that I wanted for me, for my platform,
right.
because I talk about being over 50. So now I'm in, but when I first started, it was the younger groups. Now I have that over 50 market, 50, 60 market, and it's growing and I love it. Yeah.
That is awesome. Because that's the age group I target, but at the same time, I still always reference the fact I'm over 50. But what I realize is that my style of dressing may be more so interested be more interesting to the younger.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make sure that I also um, incorporate some styles or some forms of fashion that is, I guess, without using the word age appropriate, but that more people my age group would gravitate towards.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that they,
balance. It's a
yeah,
balance because, like, I know for me, I wear platforms a lot. I wear heels. And sometimes I wear short minis. I still wear minis, but then 2 days later I wear a maxi. So I have a balance because that's my life. Like right now I have on a mini, right? And I'm going outside with my mini and in my shirt dress. But another day I might wear a maxi. But I do know that I've heard women comment and say things which I don't like. Things like, oh, I know their feet hurt. They wear heels, or they'll put on their page and they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't wear heels because you're not gonna catch my feet hurting." But who said that our feet hurts because we wear heels? But that's that little side dig, and I don't know if they realize that they're being negative. Just because you don't wear a short dress, keep it to yourself. But people, I really don't like this on social media. I don't like that people will say, I don't wear short dresses, or I don't wear platforms, or I don't wear heels, or I only wear because I want to be comfortable. I'm comfortable in my heels. So what makes you think that we're not comfortable because we wear heels? I know that if I wear flats, I'm not comfortable.
What's
So
interesting is that makes sense. Some platforms, especially platforms,
are
are very.
comfortable. Some are very comfortable. You have to find the right ones. And some flats are not comfortable. You have to find the right ones. But I don't like when people talk like that on social media, saying, I don't wear many dresses anymore. I only wear this, or I only wear that. I really don't care. Wear what you want, but don't what they always say, don't put another person down, another woman down, trying to make yourself look good. So you want to tell your audience, oh, I only wear flats, honey. I'm over 50 and you're not gonna catch me in no heels because I don't want my feet to hurt. So you kind of throwing a dig at the women who do wear that, or women who show their boobs or show their legs, or wear what you wear, but just keep your little negative comments to yourself. That's how
Absolutely.
I feel.
Yeah. I think people should dress what the way that makes them feel comfortable. And
Yeah.
with regards to, I never even realized that people were saying they don't wear heels. This is the first time I recognized that. And maybe they have, and I didn't pay enough attention to it because it didn't resonate with me. Okay, so you don't wear heels. It never quite resonated with me. There's a time and a place for everything, for sure.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
like my flats and I like my sneakers, but there's just this sense of elevation, or just you're elevating your entire look when you put a pair of heels on, in my opinion. But then there's this very comfy, effortless look when you wear a pair of flats or you wear a pair of sneakers. So
Yeah.
there's for all of that, because when we dress, we don't want to dress one way. We don't want to. I don't want that someone come to my page and they only see one style, one form of dressing. I want
I
them to
have a
see.
variety. I have a variety. So I'm going to post, I found a pair of flats yesterday at Nordstrom Rack that I absolutely love. I have them on now, and I'm going to go take a picture in
Yes,
them. And it's classy, chic, but comfortable. But it's very rare that you're going to see me in some flats. You'll see me in sneakers before you will see me too much in flats. But I've also heard like people post on their page, yeah, you don't have to be half dressed, to look chic. I've heard people say that, right? They either say it verbally or they write it in their caption. They'll say, you don't have to show all your body, or you don't have to show this, or you don't have to be half naked to be classy. You can do that. But you see, they're throwing a dig at somebody. So they've seen somebody that is showing skin, but they want to go show. Just tell people what you're wearing. All you got to say is, I have on this shirt dress today, and then that's it. Why do you have to say, you don't have to be? Who are you talking about? You don't have to be half naked. You don't have to show so much skin in order to look good. So you're implying that you've seen somebody on Instagram that it shows too much skin. So you rather show what you show. I don't do that. I just say I'm classy and sassy no matter what I wear. I talk about me. This is what I'm wearing today. It's a mini skirt. And I've had women comment, I could not wear a mini skirt. No, not this. I won't wear a mini skirt. That's fine. They comment on my page, and that's fine because I've said it. But I won't say stuff like, oh, I won't show my boobs today, or I won't show my legs today. If I'm not going to show my boobs, I just don't show them. I don't put it out there for people to, I don't judge. So I just believe that everything people need to just watch how they comment on their captions about stuff. That's the only thing I don't like about social media, where people, I haven't had any really like bad negative comments. I've heard people say that people come after them, and people have said some really hurtful things. I have not, in 3 years, I have not had probably maybe two bad comments about my style. I have not had anybody come for me as far as my style and what I wear at all, not real negative, just people saying, oh, glad you can wear those heels because I can't type of thing, or, whatever. But
like, I get that. And I get that a lot. Not just about my heels, but just in general, the things that I wear. I've gotten that people say I couldn't wear that, or I don't have the legs for that, or whatever. And I don't take it anyway, because I just believe that you wear what you feel comfortable wearing, and that
yes,
there's every style, I think there's something you can find that can work for your body type.
yes,
So you just find the same that can
yeah,
work for you. Even like crop tops, it doesn't have to be all the way up onto your boobs. It can
yeah, it
just
can be, yeah, it
like
can
there's
meet, it can meet, yeah,
right at the top
the
of the
top, yep,
skirt. It doesn't have to be all the way up here. Not
all the way
everyone.
up here.
So even me, like, as I recently started to gain weight, despite me having all the workouts almost every day and eating fairly good, I had to adjust the way I eat slightly, and I had to add like some additional weight training and just modify some things
Yeah,
in my, so that I can get back to, not I don't it's not about, for me, a size, because I don't even know what I weighed, but I do know that I gained a couple inches, based on how my clothes were fitting me. So I had started to like wear things that were covering the softer part of my belly,
yeah,
because I felt, okay, this gotta, you need to go, and in the meantime, I'm gonna cover it up a bit, wear different clothing. But
yeah.
because someone else is able to wear them, shouldn't I'm not going to knock them. In fact, I'm going to applaud them. Like, you look great. So, and that's all that matters. If you look great in what you're wearing, that's all that matters.
That's
Not the
all that matters. I say
negative.
that all the time. It does not matter. I don't care. As long as you're comfortable and that's you. If you want to look that way, that's on you. But I don't judge. I don't care what people wear. I don't judge.
So, one last thing before we go. I'm hoping to have a group of content creators, and I know that we all have. The reason why I picked some of the ladies that I picked, yourself and the others like Selena, sorry, and Stephanie, is because I feel like we all have something different and unique, and that we can bring to the table. For sure, like, one of the things that I noticed with Selena, she's definitely, we talk about menopause a lot, myself as well, and outside of being fashionable, like Stephanie, she's definitely so good at like the home and decor and stuff, and she's also got great stuff. You love travel, you also have great style, and you're good at bringing people together. So it's like we all have something different that
Yes.
we can bring to this. I would love so much to have us just have a conversation together. I don't think 30 minutes is going to do it.
You're
So I
right.
have to figure out a way to get that one episode for 1 hour. So if I can get that approved, I am definitely planning on having us on to sit and talk a little bit and delve
Wonderful.
into some other topics. Yeah, it was so good having you on the show. And I really am looking forward to having you come back on when we are all able to talk. What's good is that we all know each other. So it's going to be like
Yes.
us friends just hanging out and just having a good time and just chit chatting.
Well,
My
thank
this
you.
my audience. Yeah. Let me know. Is there anything you would like to add before we close the show off? You have like 1 minute.
No. It, I had a wonderful time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. It was, guys, listen, having these shows, we all are having, we lead busy lives.
Yes.
So sometimes it's a little tricky just getting these busy
Just
women on
kidding.
here to chit chat with me. But I am so happy that you were able to find the time. This was a good conversation, and I'm looking forward to just conversing some more with you and the others in an upcoming show. So this is the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you, Nancy. I will see you guys in the next episode of Glowing Agelessly.
Yes. Bye.
Yeah.